Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking apart an Xbox One because I have a funny feeling it's overheating. It's not running the best. So I am going to show everyone how to do it roughly to my best abilities. This is obviously the case. Got to bear in mind this is 9 years of age, this Xbox, so if it's dirty, it's dirty. If it's not, it's not. It's one of them. You got to take apart and have a little look. So yeah, this is the top unit. I'm going to show you the actual Xbox itself. As you can tell, the top unit's off. To get off the top unit, all you've got to do is come around the back, and you see these clips here. You push them in with some sort of you can use like a flathead screwdriver very gently, and it unclips it all. It just follow all the way around. If you do want me to demonstrate that, I can make another video how to do that, but I just thought it'd be quicker to take the top off than show you all. Once you got that off, take the side bit off. Very easy it comes off. Very easily does come off. And obviously no side bit on it now, as you can see. And then to get the bottom piece off, which is the most awkward piece, I do tell everyone to be careful in doing this, especially when you're using the screws, because I don't know, these could be rounded off quite badly and we could run into a really big problem. So you have to undo all of these main big screws, which is, I will tell you now what it is. You're going to need a T8 and a T10 to do this. So this one is the this one's the T10. So yeah, the T10 is for the main ones. As you can see, it twists off and comes off. So once you got all them off, I will demonstrate after what to do after that. So let's undo these screws, sorry. I am going to speed up this process though right now, just until I get all these off. They're about as long as that. So I'm going to speed this up right now, and when I've finished it, I'm going to play back to normal speed so you can see what else I'm doing. Okay, so that's all of them off. The main big ones anyway. Obviously there is still more, but we ain't get to that point yet. So to get this off, it might be really stuck and really welded in place because how old your Xbox is or whatever. But obviously if you don't know how to do it, don't attempt this, because if you break it, then you can come into a big issue. I do apologise actually, there is this little device here. Sorry, I didn't mention this. I've got not all Xboxes got it, some do, some don't. But under here, there might be one under here. So you got these little screws here, you got to take off. And that is linked to this front panel here. So let's just get this first. So you may have to take that one off. I've accidentally missed a screw here, which you didn't see. My light's not very great. And not all Xboxes got them. There are different Xboxes that do different things. Yeah, you see, it's not coming off. So I'm going to have to do what I said. Where's the other screw I've got for this? Just bear me 2 seconds while I sort this out. There we go. So these ones are really tiny screws, so whatever you do, that is how small they are. Do not lose them. Try and maybe put them in an order so you know what goes where. because if you put the wrong screws in the wrong thing, it can cause a problem. It can crack the boards and all sorts. So this just slides off very, very gently. I'll show you. You should just slide it off just pull it up very, very gently. Like that. So it'll just connect from there. And if you look here, there's another big main screw there. So let's quickly undo that. And then this panel here, which comes off the front, which is released from the front, which connects to this little piece here. So let's get this other big one off. Sorry, I did miss this big one. There we go, that's off. It should just come off now. So there we go. So, right, let me show you what else to do before taking this apart. Obviously, this here needs to come out of place very, very gently. This is actually an onboard speaker. So when you turn the Xbox on, it makes that do. That there is what does it. And then, there we go, it lifts up. But underneath here, gently, I don't know if you can see it or not, my camera's not really great, I'm sorry guys. There's a cable there. Right here, this is a cable here. Be careful when you are taking that off, because if you rip it, it's going to cause an issue and you won't be able to use your Xbox. And it can break. I'll show you the cable when I get it off. This cable here. Okay. Which is connected to your motherboard. Okay, then this is what it looks like in the inside. As you can take off the frame. It's not in too much bad condition, but this is the bottom piece. Look, you can actually change your cases if you want to. If you want to put a cool one on it, it's really easy. And there's the inside. This is what an Xbox One looks like. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be honest, it's happened to me before. It doesn't mean it's going to happen to anyone else, but if you do disconnect this hard drive, sometimes you do lose all your data and all your saved games, which it's happened to me and it actually really upset me and it really annoyed me. It's a little bit. So that is your own chance you take. But I'm just putting it down there. It's entirely up to you. If you want to take the chance to disconnect it, that is completely down to you. So now you got what you have to do now is this is the disk drive, really easy to undo. That one does not make an effect at all, but make sure you're careful and disconnect it from the board. It can break really quickly. There's the disk drive. And obviously the second part to do now is the front panel here. 1 screw, 2, 3. You have to undo them. That slots out, and then your board can release. But before it can release, there is more under here, which is there, which is the X clamps to the processor unit, which I want to get to. So yeah, this can where it can be really hard and a ball ache. And yeah, 1 second. Sorry, yeah, sorry guys. So yeah, so you basically you rip off this front panel. Remember what screws are what, because that's really, really important, because you can damage it. Okay, so it looks like this when you've done it. It will just slide out. Mine's probably just a little bit stuck. There we go. So it comes out like that. And it just slots in that little chip there. That's that bit. So the next bit, I mean, I'm not gonna disconnect my hard drive because I don't want to lose all my data. So the next important part to do now would be to undo these. They are the next important parts. And then the board will drop out of its place. But I'm going to fast forward that and then resume when I've finished it, and you will see. We are done, guys. That's that bit unscrewed. If you actually look as well on the Xbox, maybe most of them got it, but if you look there, there's actually a date there when it was actually made, and this one is the 7th of August 2015. That's how old it is. So this motherboard will come out of place. Right, so the next thing to do now is this, where it can be really boring. So you don't do it, it doesn't work. So this little screw here, the side panel, releases this white stupid little thing here, and the rest of them are around like little clips there. You have to push them in, push them out like that. If you don't do that, the board's not coming out. So yes, I am going to speed it up again, and I will show you once it's done. So I do apologise, that is my cat in the background meowing at me. So now the motherboard should release out of place. Should. Did say should. And it is not. Oh, that's why. I'm very sorry, I've missed out some bolts underneath, which are, I'm going to show you, which are these silver ones here, which are linked to the main part of the board, which is links in there somewhere. It's a ball ache. I told you this. It is a very bad ball ache, but once you've got it, it's easy. I'm gonna fast forward again, guys, so it doesn't take too long. And we are done. So the board itself should pop out. Sometimes they are really awkward. It's quite stuck in place because it's a pain in the bum. It can be paininthebum.com. Just be careful when you're pulling on it though, because if you pull something wrong, it can damage it and destroy your board, and you don't really want that. Just give me 1 second, guys, so I'll get this out and I will show you after. I'm sorry about that, guys. Now we have it. There you go. There's the bottom layer. That's the bottom layer. Now I'm going to show you what the whole board looks like itself. That's just an Xbox. That is literally what an Xbox looks like. That's literally it. It is crazy how they're massive and they're nothing to them. So to get this off, this is your main heatsink fan and your PCU. It's called a next clamp. This is where it can be really difficult, and it's a ball ache even more. So you must have patience with this part, because if you don't, it can really break very quickly. What I recommend you do, this is my personal opinion, I always use this. Never go under like that, because it can ruin the chips. So I always go inside like that from the top, like that. So there's one out, look, you can see one of them's come out already. There's two. There you go. Okay, so remember that. Getting it back in, good luck, because it can be just as hard. And there we have it underneath, look. So there my fan's off, as you can see. Let me just remove the electric piece to it, which is there. Obviously I'm trying to avoid disconnecting the hard drive because I don't want to lose my data. It has happened before to me, so I'm not doing that. There's your thermal heat paste, which is it's not bad, but it's not the best. It's actually alright, but it's very, very grubby. I'll show you the board side. It's not actually that dirty considering how this actually is. There's the motherboard side of it, look. So what I use for that, everyone does this differently. Please, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just giving advice. But this is my personal opinion. I use these. Everybody does it different. No, I don't really want any negative comments. I just want positive comments. Or if there's nothing, if there's generally nothing nice to say, please don't comment on this. But I use alcohol pads, and they are really, really good. So just like that, and you just go in, wipe it as much as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. Even if there's a little bit of paste left around the chips, it won't hurt it. It's what it's made to do. You know, it's not gonna hurt it. It's not gonna blow it up. It's best to try and get out as much as you can. Maybe some cotton, earbuds, just to scoop it out. I don't actually have any on me today. I should have bought some before doing this. But yeah, it's not gonna blow it up or anything like that. Don't really see how dirty it actually is. But yeah, no, that is exactly how I do it. I use on average about 4 of them for each processing part of it, because it's not only this you got to clean on the board, you have to clean both parts of it off the fan as well, of course, because you're gonna clean all this and you're gonna have a dirty part on the fan, which you don't want. So yeah, that is literally it really to this really. There's some things it's very, very basic really. Obviously when it comes to repairs, like changing like the HDMI port and stuff like that, that's like soldering and heating it up and all that, which I've never really done. But I've started to get into doing that, so I think that might be my next mission, to trying to get into that. But let me show you the board one. It's not the best, like I said, I've got no earbud on me, but you see, It does the job really well. Right, so that's all you gotta do. That's it. And there isn't. I'm doing so large as my cat. There isn't much more else really to do really, and that's it. It's just you're doing exactly the same, but you're rebuilding it back together, which can take. I would recommend taking your time. Don't rush it, because you can get something wrong or crack something very easily. Very easily. Same as on here. Yeah, just give it a wipe all the way around. See. That's all you gotta do. Another pad. I'm going to be doing the PS3 next. I've never done a PS3 in my life, so that one's going to be fun. And that one is there. Look, that's crystal clear now. I would say if you want to hoover it and all that, you can hoover it, but I recommend maybe putting a sock on the end of the hoover and do it like that, because you can really damage it. It's quite clean, to be fair. And what I use for thermal paste is MX4. And I will show you roughly the amount you need in 1 second. Just give me a second just to sort all this out, and I will show you how to apply it. Right, so yes, let me show you how to apply this heat. It's called thermal compound. I just call it thermal heat paste. Whatever, does the job. You don't need lots of this, but I don't really recommend a cheap branded make. Purely and simple because I have done this sort of thing before with a computer. Because I do build computers and fix them as well. I build them up. I sell them out. If I've got any, I sell them out to my friends if they want one. Or I just build them and keep them. And that's it. So, oh, it's already open. Yep, already, that's fine, it's ready to go. So, obviously, it's going to be very difficult, so I'll show you after I've done it. Never do it on the fan, always do it on the actual main board. And I'll show you roughly what you're going to need. You might think it's just crazy, but this is all you need. So they're literally just like a gram, if that, not even that. I don't know what that is, but that's all you need. You don't need to go crazy, obviously. And then when you put this back on, make sure you put it on the right way round, because if you have to take it back off again, it messes the paste up. So it goes on where the electrical side matches, has to match that side, which is the hard drive side. Okay. So it goes on. Just move the hard drive out of the way a little bit. I said I'm not disconnecting because I don't really want to lose my data. So that goes on like that. Just like that. When it wants to slip into place. And there we go, it's in place. I don't recommend you connecting it. Don't reconnect it just yet. Do the bottom bit first. The only reason why is because if it comes apart and then you're stuck again basically. So you need to clamp it first and then you're done. It's just as easy and simple as that. And then you put it back together and that's it. Your job's done. And you just redo everything you do in reverse order. And that's it. And that's the thermal paste replaced. And that's it. That's all I can say, guys. If you did find anything helpful, please let me know. Comment down below if you do want me to show you anything more in detail, and just give me a like and subscribe. Thank you guys, have a good day.